Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. What you're looking at is a 2016 Troy-Bilt TB200. It has the 625EX on it. You kids and cadets looked at this with me initially. A city worker had stopped out in the street in his dump truck and saw me working in the yard, asked me if I fixed lawnmowers. He ended up coming back after work with this Troy-Bilt and another Murray standard pusher. I rectified the Murray within a couple hours of him dropping it off, and the Troy-Bilt. And so I called him, have him come pick it up. He ended up bringing me another Bolens. This is a 2018 450E. We'll discuss this one in a minute. So, the Murray he had brought me needed a recoil. So I went ahead and threw a recoil on it. It had no safety cable on it, so I went ahead and put another cable on it to get that Murray rectified. So I figured I had 35 in parts, 20 for the recoil, 15 for the cable, and 35 to put it all on, clean the carburetor, sharpen the blade. So I had 70 into it. So when he brought the Bolens out, he says, "Can we do a trade? You take the 2018 Bolens and the 2016 Troy-Bilt as trade." So I gave him 40 for both. I figured 20 and 20, so he ended up giving me 30 cash. Now I have these two fine beauties to rectify. The baby 20, I think I can get 100 for it in season. These go like hotcakes. People with small front yards, they don't need a whole big self-propelled machine. They can push this little one. I sell these day and night. If I can drum up a bag for this Troy-Bilt, I think I can come up with the bag. This standard pusher, I think I could get maybe 130 for it, 135 with the bag, 120 without the bag. So after the last video, I dove into this one, what you kids and I had discovered. On this one, it was hard to pull over, like there was something in the hydrolock, something in the cylinder. I went ahead and pulled the plug, a bunch of oil come out of it. I drained that out of into a drain pan. I turned the whole unit plug hole down, and a bunch of oil come out of it. You can see he had this stored upside down in the dirt. You can see all the dirt on it. The air filter backing plate, that has enough sand in it to have a little elementary school playground here. There's just so much sand on this intake. Anyway, so I was anxious to see what this thing would do after the initial video. So I got the oil out of it, cleaned off the plug with some old gas, put fresh gas in it. There was no gas in the tank. We're missing the cap, and we'll discuss that in a minute. So I was able to fire it off. Blade's severely worn. That needs to be changed. So it's been sitting. Let's see what it'll do the second time. There's no safety brake cable whatsoever on this thing. I have a zippy tie on the safety brake mechanism, so I'll have to pull the plug wire off with some needle nose pliers once this thing starts. I think I added a little bit of oil to it as well. just some used oil. I think it was low on oil. Actually, the dipstick was missing on this thing. Let me grab one real quick. I just have a rag in the hole that'll blow out when I start this thing up. So give me a second. Not prepared for you. Does have oil, needs to be changed. So I was curious to see what this thing would do before he came back and we negotiated, so I knew it would be a running machine, just needs to be cleaned up. So let's start it now and you can listen to it. That's why I gave a good $20 trade-in value for it. If it had knocked or it had catastrophic damage, I would have given $10 for it as a parts machine. A little noisy. I think some of that's due to the blade. Let me turn this on its side real quick and you can see the condition of the blade. Then we'll move on to the Bolens. Yeah, I've never seen a blade make a V tail like this. I'm not sure why. I'll pull the spark plug wire just in case. I'll have to take you off and bring you down there to get the best view. Usually they wear on the back side. I've never seen it make a V like that. Yeah, blade's bent. I just did a visual on it. That could be part of our noise and vibration. I got a 10-pack of these. This'll come off and go in the scrapper's delight pile. So I don't think the crank's bent. Just looking at that, it seems straight. I think it's just the blade made a V here. Kind of odd. Haven't seen that before. Deck condition's okay. Surface rust, I don't see any rust holes. So let me get you back up here on the tower view. Bring this thing back over. So I think this just needs some attention, clean up, get rid of all this sand. The sandbox So I've got a video on cue, or I may have already played it before, but here's the gas cap part number 596250 for these with the external threaded caps with the threads on the outside. Internal tether that goes inside the tank. So I got these from an eBay reseller, 10 each. They wanted 15 each. They had 3 left. I think they bought out a small engine repair shop. And I mean, if I can get a deal from a reseller like that, they're basically not a mower shop, so they want to just get some money out of what they paid wholesale. They probably gave a couple $100 for the whole lot of parts, and they're trying to make money, which is fine. So that's that. So I got a cap ready to go for this thing. I got to dig up a safety brake cable. Let's move on to the Bolens. The Bolens, first of all, the wheels are in the highest deck position, so it's scalping the grass. I'll put the wheels down so we have some deck clearance. I don't like them when they're this low. So he said this one would start and then stall. So I haven't looked at it yet. Let's try doing that right now. See what the deal with this one is. Funny thing, when he come to get the Murray, I says, go ahead and start it. He started it and let it idle for like 2 minutes. And I thought, well, this is odd. Most time people start it, and after 10 or 15 seconds, they turn it off, say thank you, and leave. So after the 2 minutes, he stopped it and said, oh, it didn't stall out. Well, that's the whole point of getting it cleaned up and ready to go. It's not going to stall out after 2 minutes. I didn't tell him that. He was just shocked that it didn't crap out. So we got fresh looking oil, a little overfilled, but extremely clean. Let's look at the air filter. I gave it the turd because I don't know if it's going to be a turd or not. It looks kind of well used. I got happy juice here, just in case. He said it would start and stall, so we'll find out. Not bad. A little dry. It's kind of on the dry side, but it's not flaky. So I'll leave this off. We'll prime it and go and see what it'll do. See if it starts and stalls. It's pulling over easy. Maybe too easy. You know what that means. Plugged up jets, could have water in the bowl. Definitely a carb issue. It's got like a quarter full of tank gas, so it's got plenty of gas. Had a nice long run before it quit out. Usually it's much shorter than that, so I don't think we're going to have much of a carb clean on this one. What I'll do for you guys next video is we'll tear this thing down. I'll probably do the wheels first without you. You seem awfully tired. I'm going to go ahead and put the wheels where they need to be. I think the blade on this was shot as well. I'll do the blade and then I'll get you guys out of bed. We'll do the carb clean on this. I'll put it up on my table. We'll tear it down, do the carb clean, put it all back together and test it out. So thanks for coming by. I think for $40 in trade value, we got the Bolens to start. This was smoky but cleaned itself out on the Troy-Bilt. So I think we're okay on our trade-in. I'm not worried about making money on the trade value. This 30 cash just helped me buy parts for these two. This will be the these two will be the money maker. It'll get my money back for giving a good trade-in value. Let me know what you guys are getting on your pricing. Everybody keeps telling me I'm too cheap. I think the shops that haven't closed are getting $90 to $100 an hour for their labor rate. I usually do carb cleans for people. If they bring me the machine, it starts and stalls. I'll clean the carburation system, fuel system out for $30. That's without blade sharpening, no oil change. I add a little bit more for those extras. Keep moving, tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. They depend on you. Have a great day.